Hello, thank you for clicking on the video. My name's Steve and this is Everyman Fragrances. Now today I'm talking about a house that couldn't be more everyman because it's actually a high street brand. I'm talking about the house of Zara and in particular this bad boy. This is For Him Red Edition. And spoiler alert, this is an absolute banger. This fragrance retails for £22.99 in the UK and you can get it outside of the UK as well, and whatever the equivalent is in dollars. I can't bother to look that up and anywhere else in the world. It's a global brand, isn't it, Zara? Anyway, there's 3 notes listed officially. That's orange, amber and Evernil. Now, I don't know what Evernil is. By the looks of things, it's some sort of aroma chemical. I don't know what. I've never come across a fragrance that's got Evernil in it, so I have no reference point to what it should smell like and what it does smell like. Okay, so, you know, don't come at me. But the thing is, this fragrance has a definite notable resemblance to Baccarat Rouge 540. Is this fragrance an exact carbon copy clone of Baccarat Rouge 540, either the EDP or the extrait? No, it's not. If you were to smell it, a direct comparison, comparing to those two fragrances, you would definitely be able to tell the difference without a doubt. However, smelling this in isolation, just if you were to smell it on someone, you'd probably certainly say it smells like Baccarat Rouge 540, and you'd probably even ask them, are you wearing Baccarat Rouge 540? However, when you sort of pay attention to this fragrance and, you know, you're a bit of a frag head about it and you sort of analyse it and smell it and try and sort of break it down in your head, you can tell the differences between it and you can sort of recognise those subtleties. But it's actually the differences that I like about it, to the point where I actually prefer this to Baccarat Rouge 540, either version. I've said in the past that I'm not actually a huge fan of BR 540 and I still stand by that. Now, it's not a bad fragrance by any means. I think it's a banging fragrance, in fact. And, you know, I'd happily wear it with no issues as such. However, there is something about it that I do find a little bit, certainly after I've been wearing it for some time, that kind of gets a little bit grating, a little bit sort of nauseating, and I don't know what it is. I can't quite sort of pin it down. I don't know if it's that sort of synthetic sweetness to it, which I do like, but I think just after a while it gets a little bit kind of annoying. And I had that effect multiplied like 100-fold when I tried Thomas Kosmala's number 4, and I'll link down the video review that I've done of that fragrance, which again it's got that BR 540 DNA, but it's like it's on fucking steroids. It's insane. It's a little bit more masculine than BR 540 in my opinion, but it's just like so much stronger. It's insane. So if you want a really strong version of BR 540, get number 4 Thomas Kosmala. However, for me, it just kind of multiplied and emphasized that sort of nauseating effect that I get with BR 540. It's just like, after a while, it was just like, oh God, I'm always getting a bit dizzy because it is that version is fucking strong. The original sort of the extract and EDP for BR 540 less so, but still kind of there. Now this somehow kind of seems madness to say, but it kind of, I don't know if it's smoother or just a little bit more subtle with it, but it doesn't have that same effect with me. However, but it still doesn't maintain the performance, which I'm really pleased to say. So the opening is really pleasant. I've just sort of applied this. Now, initially, straight away, I get that sort of, I always describe BR 540 as a sort of sweet biscuit kind of sense. That sweetness kind of comes across as a bit biscuity to me. I don't know why, but it does. So straight away, I kind of get that with this. But then after like 30 seconds, a minute, I start getting the orange in the opening. Now, I must emphasize, do not get this if you're looking for like a citrusy fragrance or if you're looking for an orangey fragrance, because I wouldn't necessarily use those two words to describe that opening. But that orange note accord is there, and it kind of, it's just gives it like a sort of slightly sort of fresher opening than the sort of original versions of BR 540. It's just a little bit fresher, which I kind of like, and it is an orange note, but I just couldn't describe it as citrus or orangey because it's just not that strong, it's not that intense, but it is there and it is sort of noticeable. Then it sort of settles down into that sort of pleasant very mass appealing sweetness that you get from BR 540, but as I say, it's not got that same intensity. It's not got the same, it's sort of somehow, it's almost, I don't want to say smoother because that seems disparaging, which is madness coming from a Zara fragrance, but it's probably just less intense, and so it's just a little bit more, it's just easier wearing, I guess, is what I'm getting at. This is just, for me personally, easier to wear than Thomas Kosmala No. 4, definitely, and both versions of BR 540. And I just really, really enjoy wearing it. As I mentioned earlier, the performance on this is really good, which again, I'm really surprised by, because Zara fragrances, the performance can be kind of hit and miss. Like the Tobacco collection is pretty good. Rich Warm Addictive performs very well on me, lasts all day. Though I've heard it's been reformulated or whatever, but I've probably got an older bottle, I don't know. So they can be kind of hit and miss. This is definitely hit on the performance side. Now, it's not ultimate like beast mode as such, but this easily lasts all day for me. I can apply it in the morning before I leave the house at sort of like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I get home at like 4, 5 o'clock and I can still smell it. I've also can still smell it on my like hoodie the next day if I was kind of wearing a jumper or something like that, and I go to wear that same hoodie the next day. It lasts, no issues. Projection wise, it's really good. It's noticeable easily within like a meter or whatever, sort of for 2 or 3 hours. So essentially, I would say this performance is good. It's really good. I wouldn't like say sort of ultimate beast mode. It's not like Thomas Kosmala No. 4, but it's really good. There's no issues on the performance whatsoever. So for me, this fragrance is an absolute winner. $22.99 for 100 ml, which has got excellent performance and smells really good and is gonna absolutely get you kind of compliments and sort of get you noticed. The only downside is that it is recognizable as BR 540, so you know, you might smell like some other people. As I say, madness, but I actually prefer this to BR 540. For me, this is a winner. That orange note that is present is just gives it a little bit of a fresher opening. I like the note of orange, as I've sort of mentioned a lot on this channel, and the fact that it's not got that same sort of intensity, or sort of that sweetness is not so strong and overpowering it becomes nauseating, yet it still really performs really well. They've somehow sort of smoothed it, or just tamed it a little bit and made it a lot more manageable and a lot more wearable. So for me, this is an absolute banger. I think this is a real winner, and I urge you to get in store and smell it. So if you are a BR 540 fan, this could be a nice cheap alternative to wear sort of for the day, and then to work, and then save the good stuff for like events or whatever. Or if you're not a BR 540 fan like me, perhaps still smell it, because I actually think it's, as I say, an easier wear version for me personally. So I think this is a winner. I'm really pleased with this fragrance and I'm really glad I got it. So yeah, defo go and check this out. So that's it. I'm going to keep this video relatively short and sweet. Thank you for watching. Do let me know in the comment section below any other kind of Zara fragrances that you would recommend. A few people have mentioned some lately, and I've not, to be honest, I've not smelled any Zara ones for a while, so it was good. I went in store the other day to smell this and smell a few others that people have recommended, and I ended up picking this one up, even though I didn't think I would, because as I say, I'm not a BR 540 fan, but I smelled it, I was like, damn, that's good. So you should go and do the same. Yeah, thanks again for watching. Do really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe and all that shit, and I will see you for a video soon. Take care. Much love.